Hello, I'm a rock climber by heart. I've been rock climbing since I was a kid, and this is the carabiner that I use. This makes sure that I don't die, basically, when I'm like rock climbing, and if I fall, if that happens, I don't just fall to the ground and like break my legs like my mentors have. This one, though, does cost me $10, and is basically a piece of crap. I have dropped many of them and have had to buy new ones because they break really easy. They're not durable, and they do become expensive over time. I have about 5 to 7 of them at the moment. I say 5 to 7 because I don't know if any of them are, I have to check them again because I have to make sure that they're workable and everything like that. But I use carabiners a lot for just to hold basically my backpack when I'm at the gym. I hold my rock climbing shoes and my shoes when I'm rock climbing. I also hold the rope that I use, and I hold the ATC that makes sure that my fellow rock climbing buddies can make sure that when they're climbing that they don't fall. And so I use the carabiners for many variety of things. But because it's not durable and it's very expensive, I found out a good way, I was talking to my rock climbing buddies, would be to make carbon fiber carabiners. Not only are they going to be more durable, but they're going to be a lot less weight. So then it reduces the weight issue, which does hold down your gear, and it makes it harder for you to climb. But it also makes it a lot more durable. So then so I don't have to buy as many carabiners over time. It costs about I've been looking at carbon fiber prices, and it costs about $5 to $10 per pound. I was talking to my friend Charles, and you can make probably about 20 carabiners out of it. That's basically it. Yeah.
So it sounds like you're going to create these gadgets, but with a different material.
Yes.
Okay.
Aluminum is about 50 cents per pound, so that's why they can mass create it. And I've actually looked. There's no carbon fiber carabiners out there right now. It's because I've been personally I've been asking my rock climbing buddies and my rock climbing mentor, who is Bob. He's around 60 or so, and he's been talking. He's talked to many people who make carabiners, and they're they don't want to invest in heavier material because then they can't mass produce it as much or fast over time. The carbon fiber ones, you would need a mold, and I've been talking to my buddy who also goes to my gym, and he's been looking into the mold already and see how to make it.
So aside from the cost, what about the safety? So aren't if the aluminum ones are fragile and they break easy, isn't that a safety concern for you, and that maybe the carbon fiber ones would be more safe?
Yes, the aluminum. When we could tell when they're not safe anymore is basically when we drop them. We only use the ones that we just bought and we have not put to the test basically. If you were to drop it from a high height, maybe about 3 to 5 stories, that carabiner is not going to be good for rock climbing anymore. It's mainly just going to be holding your materials and all that around your harness. And
which adds to the weight.
What?
Which adds to the weight.
Yes, it does. I found it to be this. When you feel it, it does get a little weight, but when you have to have 5 to 7. It does add weight, and that means every time I'm climbing, I have to pull up myself let's say 2 pounds more, which can make myself more tired, which makes me not able to rock climb as long.
And was that a pain point for rock climbers that you talked to? The added weight?
Charles, my friend Charles, he has about 15 carabiners on his harness because he rock climbs more outdoors. As a student, I can't go outdoors as much. But since he's an adult who does rock climb, he does go basically every weekend. And he has around $1,000 of rock climbing equipment that he has to put on his harness when he's rock climbing so he doesn't fall from a great height.
So this does keep you from falling. If you start to fall, so to me, if the industry has always used aluminum, and that's really not aluminum is not a very sturdy product, so I like where you're going with the other material. But the cost is probably what has kept you from doing it. I don't know, to me then you'd have to make sure you have quite a few of these.
Yes, I've been looking into basically the prices. If it was going to be, a pack of 3 of these would be around $35 or so. And for carbon fiber,
To
I've been
make or to sell?
to sell. That's how much they sell them for, a pack of 3. You can
That's
also
what
buy
that's what
aluminum.
aluminum ones.
Yeah, that's an aluminum
Aluminum
ones.
ones, okay.
One of them is around $12. One of these ones is around $12. You can get more expensive ones, which are like, but they can support more weight, but they're still the same durability. I found more durable carabiners that my friends in the agriculture business use, but they cost around $200 and they're stainless steel and they weigh about 2 pounds.
Is there any patent issues with this?
No, this has not been patented. This was a long time, because carabiners have been along for so long that the patent is over.
And then, just with carbon fiber, do you need you're an engineer, I'm not, do you have to, you know, it might be more durable in one sense, but it might be more brittle in another sense. I mean, do you have to, do you know the durability and the kind of pressures that's being put on it with rock climbing? Because that could be a big liability issue too. If
Yes,
you have an issue.
I've been, the reason why I chose carbon fiber is not only as the weight, but I've also seen them in cars. They've been used like in cars a lot nowadays, and like if you see pictures of like crashes of cars, where like, you know, at cars at fast speeds like Lamborghinis, you see that the carbon fiber pieces are still intact even after a huge crash like that. And the engineering problem for that would be like, I could see how it is, but I've seen my dad's friends who are, he has an airplane and they use custom carbon fiber material, like gauges for their airplane so then it keeps them in the air. And they have been in crashes with airplanes, which is like really scary. But the carbon fiber pieces that they've like custom ordered from Africa, they're still intact when they see the airplane wreckage.
How does carbon fiber hold up to moisture?
It's a plastic material, so it's like water going on it and it just goes off.
Okay.
Probably more research. A quick question. So this program moves on, it's your business, let's say you got $500,000 invested in it.
Yes.
What's gonna keep you up at night? Concerns, risks on a program like this?
What's gonna keep me up is
Yeah.
probably, let's say like one of the molds, like it got a little air bubble in it, which I didn't see, and basically like it can do a little chip, like basically like any chip could keep me up. Like I'd
What
make
would be
sure
the result of it chipping up?
the chip could like reduce, like let's say it can hold up to 2,000 pounds, and a chip can maybe bring it down like by hundreds of pounds. And that
So
would,
it weakens it. It weakens it?
yes,
So what you're saying is defect in the manufacturer that would result in a death?
it could result in a
That
death.
could result.
That would keep you up at night.
Yes.
That's the way to think.
You'd want to make all of that carbon though, like including the note that
Well,
you
I
have
would
on
like
there.
to make all of this part carbon, and this would be the only part that's not carbon, because that would be that's the one that locks it. I would want to make sure that this was like just like foolproof, like it's not like carbon fiber is very durable under that, but I don't want to make like a whole plastic thing because these screws have been along for a while and they've been built up to the test.
Because
like-
sometimes the entire seat thing there may be very strong,
Yeah.
but if that nut and screw that you have there is not as strong,
That's
that will
probably the
break.
strongest point on the whole carabiner. I've seen like this part snap off after like a huge drop. Like
Okay.
that part will snap off, but the other carabiners will like catch it and everything, and you'll be like fine. And out of the whole wreckage, this one is always the one that's still intact.
All right.
Because that's like probably the best made, because it's the one that's locking and make sure it
And
just
so
like.
what is that material made of?
I'm pretty sure I have not looked into what this is made of, so I'll do more research on that, because I'm trying to get the mold for that, and then I'll just get that, because that's like probably the easiest material to get, because it's still, none of this is patented anymore, so.
Probably got the anodized aluminum, which is hardened aluminum.
Yeah.
Probably. It's lightweight and hardened.
When you started at the beginning, you talked about the cost of carbon fiber being more. Okay, so you also have 5 other pieces on that?
Mhm.
And remember that in your cost, you also have labor to put all that together?
Yes.
Okay, so that labor could be more than all the materials combined.
Yes, but because molds are, carbon fiber goes into molds, unlike aluminum, which is kind of just like I've seen factories production where it just kind of bends it into the position.
Right.
The carbon fiber, it would kind of reduce the labor cost because you're just basically melting it into the mold and it will just.
But you
like-
still have to assemble those
Mhm.
other 4 pieces,
Yes.
right?
Uh-huh.
So where are you sourcing the carbon fiber from? Where is it coming from? You mentioned Africa. Is there? Can you get it locally or?
That was Africa was where you can get
Okay.
carbon fiber material, but that's like also like that's like basically the airplane thing. That's where my dad.
So is the
buddies
raw
get it.
material, is that accessible here locally? Can you-
Yes, it
Okay.
is very accessible. Like,
Okay.
so.
All right, we got to move on, Max. Nice
Yeah,
job.
you're fine.